Yeah, so I mean, with Whitmore, as I was saying, like as you know, if you get a team that will play for you as a coach, you don't have to be a great tactician, and we showed that in 2017.
Mr. Lowe, we can't not talk and don't talk about this wage negotiations. That was
the leak audio.
And the
What leak audio?
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to a special episode of Sports Down the Middle, the channel of undiluted sports content. We have in our virtual studio a very special guest, the monarch himself, Reggae Boy defender Damion Lowe. But before we go into the details, fans out there, we see that you've been watching and liking our videos. We also want you to be part of the Sports DTM family by clicking that subscription button. If your button is still red, it simply means that you have not yet subscribed. So click that button and welcome to the Sports DTM family. Mr. Lowe, welcome to the Sports DTM virtual studio, boss. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Take your time out to give me an interview.
Great. And we normally start by asking, what's your favorite team, or is there any other sports that you follow? Locally, internationally?
Yeah. I mean, I watch basketball. I'm a Lakers fan. And also favorite football team, Manchester United.
It's going downhill from here.
Arsenal.
Too bad.
Okay. So just football and basketball you follow? No cricket,
yeah, I mean,
no
when
tennis, no
cricket. If it's on, I'll watch it. Tennis, if it's on, I'll watch it. I enjoy watching tennis. You know, I'm a Nadal fan. Like cricket now, yeah, if the Indian Premier League is on, I'll watch it. Or some T20. I'll watch it, but track normal. Everybody get excited over track, especially around World Championship or Olympics time. So.
Yeah. And I'm assuming the team you support is Jamaica when it comes to track and field, right?
yeah, for sure. If I know people from other countries that are participating, I'll root for them if there are no Jamaicans in the race or some. But usually we have a Jamaican, so it's rough.
Yeah. So, tell me how it all started in football for you.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know. Grew up in a footballing family. No. To be honest, like my father never really say. People always think that my father coached me or no, not like that. I mean, I grew up football. Jamaica is like a Brazil, just football all over, especially growing up,
Yeah.
I mean, I think nowadays, people not really play ball like one time, I feel like when I was growing up, you walk, drive past a little corner or cross street or a little field, I see no grass on it. Got too much ball to play,
Yeah.
No, most of the pitch them have on grass on it, no. Yeah, so I mean, so that, technology wasn't booming at the time, so we never really have much, So we'd have to play ball or play cricket on the road or something, So, I mean, I grew up in a footballing family, my uncles play, on both sides. My father, obviously. Then I went to Vars Prep, Jumpy Harris as my mentor at the time, and all day. So just automatically happened. It never a choice whereby I say, okay, yeah, should I play or not? Or my father say, oh, you have to play. It just happened naturally. Yeah, I have friends that were on the team. yeah, and it just
Okay, so you fell in love with it on your own merit, basically.
yeah, basically.
So walk us through a day in the life of the monarch, no?
Well, here it's kind of different, with the culture and everything. So like in the mornings, I'll wake up around like 10, 11, depending on how the body reacts. I don't really set an alarm. I try to, find a routine. So yeah, make breakfast, talk to my family, talk to my kids. And then after that, I'll maybe take a nap because normally I'm used to training like in Europe or maybe elsewhere in America. We train during the day. Here we train in the night or late evening because of prayer time. And if they're fasting, like now it's Ramadan, so now we start training at 9:30. So I'll try to get a nap in between training. So like when I'm up, I have like energy, boost going into training. I'll have like a snack, like maybe some fruits or something, some carbs, maybe like some yogurt and some cereal going into training. Train for 2 hours or hour and a half varies. Then I'll do some video analysis, head home, reach in, shower, make dinner. If dinner not even feel lazy for make dinner, I'll just buy some food, order room service or something, and then talk to the family again, play some FIFA, watch phone video them. If you not go out, nothing.
Hey, Damian, just a quick one for you. So you say here, but a lot of people don't probably know that you're actually on the continent of Africa, specifically Egypt. Tell us what that experience is like. I hear you talking about your family. How is that going?
For me, like I've been away from family for a long time, so it's not really hard for me to adjust. It's just that the culture is different. Like, moving from America to Europe, it's kind of, even though I was in Norway, everybody speaks English, most things are modernized and they go about the Western type of living, everything smooth sailing. Here, it's more like, it's different. It's way different. Not everybody speaks English, shockingly. Yeah. Sometimes they see me as African, but they don't see themselves as Africans.
Do they expect you to speak their language? And have you been learning it?
I mean, everywhere you go, if you're there for a long enough time, you can learn small stuff, like hi, hello, good morning, how are you? Right, left, up, down, open, like where's the bathroom, supermarket, stuff like that. You try to learn the small stuff just in case something happened or you're on the road in an Uber and you need to give instruction or ask questions. But yeah, things here, it's way different from what I'm used to. But as a professional footballer and, a journeyman, you have to be able to adapt quickly, and, you're here to work, so whatever is given to you, you have to try to make the best of it, the best way possible. Yeah.
So you have to be walking around with security guards?
No, but because where we live, it's safe. It's we're the one of the biggest clubs in the country. In this we're the biggest club in the city, so the people are very friendly. But obviously, you're foreigners, so you have to be, careful.
Yeah, I was talking about being flocked by fans. Superstar walking in the streets, you have to be running from.
Yeah, most times we have to if we're leaving where we live, most times the security will walk with us until we get into like a car, Uber, whatever. Once we get on the mall, a security will walk with us on the mall, accompany us and stuff like that. Because sometimes it gets obviously we're full-time pros, we're supposed to interact with fans and everything, but sometimes it gets overwhelming. Sometimes you want some alone time, your own space, especially COVID now. The social distance thing, you don't know where somebody at the outside, the regular time. So
yeah.
But other than that, safety-wise, you don't have to really worry. It's just that it gets overwhelming because once you stop and start take one picture, you're gonna spend like 10 minutes, 15 minutes taking pictures. But I mean, I'm still grateful for the experience. Shows that you're doing something good and people appreciate your presence.
Okay, so yeah, Nana. So tell us, what is your long-term goal now that you're in your career? So tell me what you want to achieve.
All right. So when I was growing up, I used to set goals like, okay, yeah, I would like to play in the national team at a certain age. Starting at a certain age, I'd like to play in the World Cup. But no, I've experienced so much in football. I set more short-term goals, which basically adds up to the long term. You understand? So like for this year, I say, okay, every season I say, okay, shoot for 30 games minimum, or including if I include national team, I say shoot for 40 games for the season. Yeah. Especially if it's a tournament year, I say, okay, we're going into the Gold Cup. I want to be a starter. I want to, at least, top the zone, be successful in the Gold Cup, win. Again, World Cup qualifiers were 14 games. If we can manage to win, 8 or 10, we're in a good shape to qualify.
They break them up in bits and pieces to achieve your objectives.
So to achieve the main objective, because if you think like, okay, yeah, my main aim is to play in England or play in Germany or play at the highest, play in the Champions League, but what about the small stuff that you have to do in order to get you there? Being the best player in training every day, getting better, getting a weak foot stronger, positioning, awareness, communication skills, video analyzing, other teams, other players, watching other players that you might mirror a game after, stuff like that. I try to set daily goals that what I will do per day or per week or for the month, in order to reach the main goal. But obviously, as a footballer, everybody, if you don't want to play in a World Cup, then you shouldn't be playing the sport. If you don't want to play at the highest level, playing in the Champions League, playing against the best players week in, week out, then why you play, So for me, obviously, those are two main things that I want to achieve. I mean, be in the history books, my father played, not many father and son represent national teams and play in a World Cup. So Definitely. That's something of mine that I want to achieve, And also one main thing for me, like, inspire the youth in Jamaica to push and believe in themselves, and not to get to be stagnant, and not because somebody don't give you an opportunity, that don't mean say you can't make it out. I'm trying to through my success and my playing, to try to inspire the youth and the next generation. The world is yours, you can achieve anything. That's the impact that's my main goal, and what I want.
Yes, and for sure you would have been the first father-son to have gone to the World Cup for Jamaica. How much of an influence is Onandi on your career at this point?
Big influence, I mean, for me, we don't really see, he's my father, but it's more of like friendship, like he's a good friend to me, we'll pass the way, okay, at the end of the day, he's my father, but the conversations we have, the relationship we have, it's just more, so it's so cohesive, the bond is so good, and like, he'll give me tips, what to expect, what not to expect, what decisions, like, especially when I was a free agent, he'll say, okay, cards on the table, let's, choose the right one, whatever you feel, just your gut, analyze, obviously earning capability and maximizing, your marketability, looking for commercial brands, stuff like that, so my dad plays a really important role.
And as you talk about your dad, just I mean, I know he played in several positions. Probably the only position he didn't play was a goalkeeper. And do you see yourself playing in any other position? And if the needs arise?
Yeah, I mean, if you follow my career from before I left Jamaica, growing up, I wasn't a centre back.
You've been following.
Centre midfield.
We've been following.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we've been following. Tell them.
Okay. Yeah. So if you know, like, say, okay, I was a striker before I became a centre back. I was a centre midfield before I became a centre back. You know, I scored good amount of goals while in Jamaica in the Manning Cup. You know, it's due to injuries in the team and stuff. And the coach say, "Yo, listen, your father used to do it, so you have the potential to do it." And
it's just like that, man. You're good. You're good.
So I played. I'm pretty versatile. I can play all 4 positions on the back. Can play holding mid, box to box, clean up, center mid, right mid, left mid. For me, like, no, football, like, because I've been playing for so long, football comes naturally. You know, if you're a footballer, you're not supposed to be just, yeah, everybody's good at one position, but if a coach asks you to play another position, you should be able to.
When you're versatile like you and intelligent like you can play almost everywhere.
Yeah, God's willing, yeah.
I have a position for you, Damian, but I won't share it with everybody until I pick the Reggae Boyz team.
Who's the mega be a part of it?
All right, so let's run into it right away. Negotiations, player negotiations with the JFF are finally over. How do you feel about it?
You know, we're in a good place. We're in a good place. It's a start. I mean, every progress is good. Never want to be stagnant, you know. Place emphasis on that. Like, you just always want to take the next step, you know, and no great man, woman thing, you know, become successful without clearing hurdles and obstacles, you know, and so it's a starting point, obviously, you know, history, you know, the history between the players and the federation, some rocky roads, you know, a roller coaster, but in the end, you know, we have to look at what's best for the country and the players and the federation, because at the end of the day, it's one umbrella.
And you said that quite well, Damian. And as we looked at your tweet last weekend, you indicated that the negotiation process was valuable in that it opened channels of communication with the JFF. So even though it started out bad, I mean, we went down bad, but it looks like it has worked out pretty good.
Yeah, because, you know, it's a new administration. You know, you have players there from a long time ago. You have new staff, new board members that come in. You know, sometimes the trust factor come into it because of past incidents, and, you know, but at the end of the day, as again I said, like, we have to start somewhere. We have to start from somewhere, and now is not the time to have a split. It's a very important year. The players, the federation, the coach. You know, I know a lot of people out there believe that we can do great things, you know, and that's what matters most. You know, we want to inspire others, the next generation, to come to say, you know, this national team helped to pave the way to qualify for many more World Cups to come, to win other Gold Cups to come, you know, and that's the aim. Yeah, it's sometimes like the dream, the vision, the goal is bigger than just pen to paper. Yes, sometimes pen to paper, you can say solidify things, or like it give you assurance, but we're not gonna make that jeopardize the fact that we want to win the Gold Cup and we want to qualify for a World Cup. So
just to be clear, you have signed on already?
No, there's no signature. I mean, you know, we have an agreement.
You have an agreement. Okay.
We have an agreement. Yeah, we have an agreement, you know. Yeah. But nothing has been signed yet. I think we should get the contract soon. But nothing has been signed as yet. But I mean, once we have an agreement within principle, it shall suffice.
Okay. We're glad that part of it is over. So tell us your thought about the English players and how you feel going in together, because we have some new one coming in, you know. So tell us Tell us how you feel.
I mean, I was in their shoes at one point because even though I'm Jamaican born and bred, I came in as a new player. The players accepted me. You know, I contributed what I was supposed to do to get the country where we are today as a group. You know, it's the same process for everybody. You know, we're in it. We have one vision. You know, we want to make the country great. We want to be a powerhouse in CONCACAF and in the world. You know, so once you're coming in with that mindset, pure, good heart, want to help, then why not? You know, everybody is welcome. You know,
So yeah,
as I said, it's not me versus you.
Yeah,
You
both
understand?
local,
You just come in.
overseas.
It doesn't matter. It's one Jamaica. Because if me score or next man score, I'm gonna say Jamaica score. Jamaica win. I'm not gonna say it's an Englishman win or a Jamaican win.
What's the
You
general
understand? A
energy
local man win.
What's the general energy of the team right now?
I mean, optimistic. You know, like everybody's looking forward to getting back on the pitch because we know what we can get done. You know, the players. You know, when you have that gut feeling, like that good, you know, it's not even, people say, you know, sometimes you get nervous for butterflies, but it's like a fire burning, like, yo, let's go, you know, because the quality of players that we have coming in and the quality of players that we already have, when you put that together, you know, trouble, you know. So, and I'm confident and the players are confident that we will be very, very good.
I know you have dialogue with the
With
players
preparation.
That I know you have dialogue with the players that we're familiar with, but have you managed to have any conversation with those new recruits and what's their
I have a good relationship
expectations?
with everybody. I talk to everybody. I spoke with Mikel. You know, I spoke with Aaron's.
Low down on the next low.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. We follow each other on Twitter. Follow me and Liam Moore and Jamal. We follow each other, but we haven't really talked. You know, we haven't really met. But that will happen. But everybody, for the vibe that we get from everybody is that they're buzzing. They want to join in. They want to come. They want to contribute. You know.
And they're all welcome.
Again, everybody's welcome. Yeah, everybody welcome. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, again, I was a young player coming in, a new player joining a couple of players that was there before me. And they welcome me. They make me feel comfortable. Likewise, you have Leon Bailey, you have the Ravel, you have Bobby Reed, you have how many players come in and they've never complained or even made an issue that, okay, we don't welcome them. So I don't know why it feels like, something like that, but no player ever complain when them come in the camp. It's not one family. Everybody enjoy themselves.
Great.
That's
so
great to hear.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So with that nice energy, Damian, our chances looking for the Gold Cup and also for the World Cup qualifiers.
All right. For the Gold Cup, if you look at, okay, let's just do like pen to paper, brackets, the American way. It's set up for it. Because the so-called powerhouses, the Mexico, the US, they have to play each other. Normally, we have to see them before we reach the finals. We're not seeing any of them
until later on.
Until the finals.
Until the final. That's good. So we will be in the finals and carrying on the trophy.
Oh, that's the goal. We want to win. I believe we can win it. We've gone 2015 quarterfinal, 2015 finals, 2017 finals, 2019 semifinals. The year before 2015 or 2013, we went to a quarterfinals. We've been the most consistent, team. One of, because obviously it's either US or Mexico. I always think them set it up, but every time a Gold Cup come, I feel like we don't get the hype that we should get going in. But I kind of like that because then we're always, you know.
No man, we're giving you this time
Do it.
around, you know.
Yes.
This year
But-
might be different.
You haven't seen our latest poll. The fans are buzzing.
Yeah, the fans
Yeah.
are really think that
No, man.
Jamaica is really gonna take the Gold Cup and another. They feel like Jamaica
I mean,
can.
it's a high possibility.
with the,
it's a
with
high
the type of
possibility.
team that is out there, the type of players that is out there, they feel like you guys can take the Gold Cup. All right. So, question: have you spoken to the coach and anything lined up for the first training session or anything like that yet?
Talk to Tappa almost every day, man. I think the next window should have 2 games. Yeah, so I mean, with Whitmore, as I was saying, like as you know, if you get a team that will play for you as a coach, you don't have to be a great tactician. And we showed that in 2017, isn't it? We should go there with players that's hungry, looking for an opportunity, you know, to get professional contracts overseas, to move over into Europe, and you know, we did good. We did good for ourselves, you know, and the trend just continue. So, I mean, for June, you know, there's a FIFA window. I think we have 2 games. There's rumors that we're gonna play in Asia or somewhere, you know, against Austria and then somebody else. I think maybe Japan, more than likely, because Austria plays Japan. So maybe it's just a round robin thing. But let's see what happens.
That would be good.
I don't think they're. Yeah, I think that would be the final preparation, kind of before we go into the Gold Cup camp. So should be good. 2 games, get 2 games really. You know, pick the squad and start the real work. You know, going in.
And then World Cup chances, because this is World Cup qualifying year as well. What are our chances?
You know, as a youth, watching, understanding the whole hex thing.
Yeah.
I realized whenever Jamaica have to qualify, we always had to start from scratch. So when they get to the hex, or if they get to the hex, they always find that, okay, you have an next 8 games to play, or how much game they have to play. And them tired, because Mexico, USA, the top 4 team, them just sit down and wait for you. They're just preparing, preparing, well rested. So by the time you have to travel back and forth, play 4 qualifying game, like injuries happen, wear and tear, like, you know, the odds are always against you. But now, we have an opportunity to just prepare, and wait. So
get the team gel,
yeah. So we have time. Now we have our fresh legs. You know, it's more games also, and we have a stronger team. And trust me, Mexico no want to see, and not because US beat the 4-1. Not because US beat the 4-1.
No part of you.
US no want no part of Jamaica team. Me and Un know that the US no want no part of Jamaica team.
Word.
But as you go ahead.
Whenever they beat us, they always, the last 3 times they beat us, I can recall the semifinals, they beat us in Chattanooga, and they beat us, we always wounded. We never have a full strength team. And the one time we play with a full strength team and Chippy Native didn't play, and I think Darren come on late. And you see what happened.
I'm about to ask you, what strategy do we need to deploy to beat this, this US team?
To me too.
US.
To be honest, you know, like the goals
just pick the right players.
The game. No, like if the goals that we conceded, you can see that we're, you know, it's some just small mistakes, you know, we never train, we never prepare that well, you know. I mean, US, they like to play out the back. That's just Greg. You know, I know Greg wanted to sign me when I was in, I met with Greg, you know, when he was in Columbus, you know, but I went to Seattle instead. But he's a footballing player, a footballing coach. Him not like long ball.
Yeah.
So him always play out at the back. And for us, we're the most athletic people in the world. It's plain and simple. We high press them. They're gonna make a mistake. The last time we played them and we did that in BC, we almost scored like 3 first half goals because of it.
Who were you impressed with the most in that recent match?
Namesake. Can't go wrong. You see the
family.
It's a
Yeah, he was very
powerful.
composed scoring that goal. Very composed.
No, but he's on form. You know, he scored 2 goals last week, scored 1 today. I mean,
I see you watching our videos, man.
Just about that.
no, I don't make me know that. We watch football. But watching the video when we have time. But yeah, like Jamal, quality, confidence, and when you're a player with confidence, sometimes like you can do anything, you can lock it and play football.
Yes.
Liam, solid, brick, really good. Who else? To be honest, those are the 2 standouts for me. I mean, watching the game, I was kind of just like looking, because me, I just a focus on the back. Say,
Yeah.
Listen, we need, because obviously we never really, over the years, when I really have a pairing at the back with me or,
Pairing,
so yeah. So if we can get that lockdown, it's good. So it's good that we have, more guys coming
options.
in. But again, everybody, to me, once you're playing in the national team, it means you're elite players at the moment that get selected out of how many people? 3 million people in Jamaica. You understand? And all the players are playing in Europe. They're playing at a higher level, so they should be able. I mean, Manala said them should be able to play in the national at the national level, because CONCACAF, how difficult it is to qualify for a World Cup through CONCACAF and how the playing is. So it's different from the Commonwealth and the Europa and all of them, like it's face the CONCACAF very difficult to play in, and the style of play is very different than what you used at your club. So it will take getting used to for the new players to come in.
But
yeah.
Go ahead. Finish your
No, you can.
No,
about to say, like we have games to play, so it's fine. We'll get used to it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, Damon, I'm listening to you and I listen to the passion coming out, and I can see that you love Jamaica's football and you want it to develop, right? Contrary to what people may think otherwise, from before, you the man obviously look like a bleed for your country.
Of course, because of my journey, especially like I've been around the world, been to Europe, especially where growing up as a youth, you want to play at Europe, you want to play at England. And what I've gone to see, Jamaicans are better than a lot of these players. We're better. But it's just, again, sometimes I always say, no way, born. The opportunity, you understand? But I guarantee you, if we have good academies and get players overseas, easy does it.
All right, so Damian, back to you now. You're talking about what people want. Do you see yourself playing in the Champions League or, showing your talent elsewhere?
If the opportunity comes, God's willing, if the opportunity comes, sometimes like, especially like when a lot of people on the outside, they have a lot of opinions about stuff. But like, for example, if a player gets an offer from, say, for instance, the USL, he did not get an offer from England. How can he go to play in England if he doesn't get an offer to play there? He has to play where he gets the offer. You understand? People are saying, oh, why you never got England? Why you never got this?
Yeah.
But bro, if the offer didn't come, how can you go?
You have to play ball wherever him get the chance.
I'm just like a striker. If a striker play wherever, a Jamaica, and a striker play here, them have to score wherever them there. Because if them not score Jamaica, them are going to bug. And if you not score yesterday, them are going to say, bug. You have to score wherever you get the chance.
You have to score where you get the chance.
Yeah, so for me, if the opportunity comes, of course, I want to play at the highest level. I think I'm good enough to play there, but the opportunity has to come. God's willing, you never know. Maybe after the Gold Cup, after, the World Cup qualifies, God's willing, we'll qualify, we go to the World Cup, big opportunities, I'm still, of age, I can play, I have many years ahead of me. So, you know, the sky has no limit. So
as you talk about transfer, talk us through what really got through a transfer, the process.
what do you mean?
Yeah, I said as you spoke a while ago about the transfer. Just talk us through the process. I mean, of a transfer from say one club to the next.
Well, it depends. If you're a free agent, it's not a transfer. You just sign. They send you an offer, you agree, you sign. But if you're contracted and you only get one offer, usually the club contacts your agent first. Because sometimes it's illegal. For me, I know it's illegal because they're not supposed to contact the player. The club not supposed to talk to the player at all. But usually this happens. The club contact the agent tell the player. The player tell the agents, all right, listen, tell them to send over personal terms because you have club terms, you have personal terms. They send over the personal terms. If you agree to the personal terms, then they'll contact the club and say how much you're willing to let him go for, or we have this amount of money, you know, would you be interested in doing a sale? If the club say yes, it's done, finished, because I already accept personal terms, which has to be with my salary, because what you get transferred for is not what you get paid. And usually the higher you get sold for, the less money you make, because the team where you go to already spend one bag of money for you in a transfer. You know, when no 2-3 teams involved, no, you can just play the devil's advocate, or you can call it, or me call it, two-gun assassin, whereby you make them bid for you now. You understand? You make them send. So if a team will send an offer, you say, listen, this team, I say them want this rare, and the next team have to push if they really want you, and then
and the team with the most funds are the most
and not
attractive.
only funds, attractive offer, because money, but if you're in a situation, if you're not comfortable, you could be getting millions. If you're not comfortable, you're not going to stay. You've seen it plenty of times with footballers. So the offer just has to be right. The environment has to be right. Everything have to make sense.
All right. So we're wrapping up, but just two more quick questions, right? So how high do you think Jamaica can go in the FIFA rankings?
Well, if you look at these points after the Worldcup, I think we can be about 35 for this year. Closing out this year, I'm gonna give after Worldcup 35, and then we'll have about 5 match by the end of the year, maybe 5 Worldcup qualifiers match. Two, we have 1 Mexico, and then we have like 2 each every time, 2. So maybe like 5. So if we, because we're gonna play teams that are ranked now, so all goes well, we get good results, especially on the road. I think we can rank by 30, so 35, between 30 and 35 by the end of the year. Only thing.
Nice.
Okay. All right.
Only thing.
All right. Nana.
What we think, we wanted to get there because the higher ranked is the more opportunity there are for footballers in the national team.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but you have a point. But those days are over.
It's all about the numbers, man.
We agree with you, and we agree with you on your assessment, you know, and we see some of the teams that are ranked above Jamaica right now, and we know if we and them play, them can't beat we.
Face trouble.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but
especially Scotland.
We know there's a unique formula that FIFA use, so hopefully it works in our favor.
Yeah, I mean, if we were qualifying for youth World Cups, I think we'd be higher.
Yeah,
because that plays a part too.
Definitely.
All right, Nana. All right, back to you now. Tell us your toughest attacker as a center.
Toughest.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna describe 2. Samaras with aerial duels, and Samaras, when you see him on TV, you think him maybe like 6'4". If man is a 7-footer or 6, no.
Yeah.
Now talk Samaras from Greece. the man just he's a beast, and him compose, too
Huge.
compose, like post up, boom, play smooth, flick on, like just a long day. When if I see me know say, yo, listen now, man, quality, you know. Next pertaining to like ground, off the ball movements, 1-2 combination play, driving at you, speed, Obafemi Martins. I feel like he played a great role in my development because I got to play and train against him at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
And the more I train against him and the more we got closer as friends. We're really close friends. Watching him play, training with him, after training 1v1s, it just grew my game so much that defending 1v1 is like automatic for me, natural. Obafemi Martins, I feel like this guy is a world-class player, so good in many ways, and his preparation helped me. Him training, running at me, pushing me to the limit as a young 21-year-old, 20-year-old, going up a player that playing the Champions League, playing Inter Milan, win the Serie A, playing Premier League, so it's good. Yeah, those two
and
help me.
In that same vein, who out there you would want to play against if you get the opportunity to run at it?
I mean, everybody wants to, match up to Messi or Ronaldo. The best strikers, not even them, just like the best. I want to always play against the best to show my quality and also to better myself. It's always just for me, just growth. What can I do more? How can I stand out? Or, how great can I become? I feel like with my qualities now, I can play at the highest level, so mentally, I'm always trying to prepare myself. You never know your number can call. You never know who's watching, So you have to prepare yourself. You always have to stay top shape, top form, good health. Because, you're a full-time pro and you want to always match up against the best and be the best.
What would you say to those aspiring footballers who want to get involved, young, out there, working hard?
Always, think about why you play, what drives you. If it's your family, your mom, your friends you see in the garrison, people who pass away, loved ones, kids, always think about what drive you to success, what make you want to be successful. I feel like if you think about that, most times you'll get through, you'll face all adversity and beat it. That's what drive me, always just think about that one thing, that don't make me want to give up, because you're gonna get injuries. People are gonna say you're not good enough. You can't play. Like the other day, I've been playing for Jamaica for a long time. And then the other day, all of a sudden, people are saying, we're not good, this and that. But you can't make that, stop you from believing in yourself, You can't make, because somebody say you're not good enough, or, you're not supposed to be which by there, make you stop. Always try to push yourself for more and more. And God's willing.
Great. Is there anybody out there you want to big up?
Big up the whole Sports DTM.
Why always
do a good job.
Hey, come on, Bali. You want to be sports like that.
Big up the whole Sports DTM. Is it? And I do a good job, isn't it? Even though sometimes one day for drink some rum before. But
call name.
Call name, cause them there, no call name.
No, call name, cause everybody there call name.
But Jamaica need this, players to be highlighted, issues to be highlighted, the more it can be formalized, and when it can maybe reach Panala Gold Cup tour, you never know, cover World Cup qualifiers. stuff like that can get to that level, you know, and just the whole Jamaica, like, continue to support the Reggae Boys, you know, continue to believe in us, to push us, and to, you know, we'll get to where we want to be, but, you know, with you guys' help, it's, you know, it's the only way. And everybody out in Jamaica, stay safe, social distance, listen to Bro God, you know, wear a mask, wash your hands, and blessings, you know. Stop hate crime, stop the crime against women also, you know.
Mr. Lowe, we can't not talk and don't talk about this wage negotiations. That was
the leak audio.
And the
What leak audio? Good.
Yes. How can the fans reach you? Your socials?
For Twitter, think about that, Nana Lowe _31 or Nana Lowe 31. Instagram, DLowe31. Facebook, Damion Lowe. But don't send a request from Facebook because I don't use that. But yeah,
So
mostly Instagram. No, because I have a fan page and I have like a regular page. But Instagram at DLowe31.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Lowe, we want to thank you for passing through the Sports DTM virtual studio, boss. Big up yourself.
Respect.
Fans out there, this has been a very interesting discussion with our reggae boy, the monarch himself, Damion Lowe. Let us hear how you think now by leaving your comments in the comment section below. Remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. And go buy your jersey because the ball of them ready. All right. This has been another episode of Sports Down the Middle. Be blessed.